Meeting of the October 2nd, 2019 meeting of the Hamilton County Council to order. Madam Auditor, can I have a roll call?
Yes, Jeff Hearn,
Here.
Ken Alexander,
Present.
Steve Swartz,
Present.
Brad Beaver,
Here.
Rick McKinney,
Here.
Amy Masalamani,
Present.
Fred Glenn.
Present.
Mr. President, you have a quorum.
Thank you.
All members should say present, Mr. President. Can I make a resolution for that?
No, you can't. We're going to move on. I've noted the presence of a quorum, and now we're going to have an invocation and pledge of allegiance from Ken Alexander.
Rise. Lord, thank you for the day. Thank you for the goodness you provide. May you continue to grace us with the patience to collaborate and the knowledge to govern effectively for this great county. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I hope everybody's read, and I need a motion to approve the minutes from the 2020 budget adoption on 9/16/19.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Those minutes are passed. Now's the point in the meeting that is for public comments. Anybody who wants to just talk to the county council and it is not on tonight's agenda, now's the time. Seeing nobody rising, we're going to move on to committee and officer reports. Under the president reports, I have nothing for this evening. Mr. McKinney?
We had I have highway after that, so.
Okay.
We had a meeting and we'll discuss those items later.
All right, we did not have a finance meeting. I guess there was a poll from personnel. We'll pick that up as we get through it in the meeting. Anybody got anything they want to say about that?
No, we'll address it later in the meeting.
Anybody have anything under miscellaneous?
I have nothing.
Okay, we'll go to unfinished. There's nothing on unfinished. There's just nothing under table business. We'll go to new business, and I'm looking for a motion and a second to approve the vendor claims.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, those vendor claims are approved. And now we're going to hear from Lisa Craig from Heart and Soul Free Clinic. Yeah, you need to come to the front and speak into the microphone.
Hi, my name is Lisa Craig. I am the new executive director for Heart and Soul Free Clinic. So I wanted to come here tonight just to introduce ourselves, the clinic, to you guys. I started as the executive director a month ago, and wanted to make sure that, like I said, that you guys were aware of who we are. There are 3 free clinics here in Hamilton County. I believe you guys are aware of Hope and Trinity, and just wasn't sure if you guys had much knowledge of what we do at Heart and Soul. We provide free medical and dental care to uninsured and underinsured individuals in Hamilton and surrounding counties. We were established in 2009, and we are located in Westfield, right off of 32, just south of the New Hampton Inn there. We moved to that location about a year and a half ago. Some unique things about our clinic that are different. We have a mobile unit that is an RV. It's outfitted as a mobile clinic that we go to different locations here in Hamilton County and could go elsewhere as well. But we go to Noblesville to Grace Care Center and provide medical care there once a month. And we also go to Carmel United Methodist when their Gleaners Food Bank comes there as well. The idea is that many of the patients that we see don't have good transportation, and so the clinic is able, or the RV is able to make that happen so individuals can get the care that they need. Another unique thing that we do is we provide follow-up appointments. Many of the many free clinics only provide urgent care, but we provide follow-up care for people that have diabetes, where we're following blood sugars and blood pressure, those type of things as well. We partner with Riverview on our labs, and we also partner with Westfield Pharmacy for prescriptions. We serve, I think it's 89% of our population that we serve are low income. And 48% of our population require an interpreter, Spanish and increasingly Arabic. Our numbers have grown tremendously from last year to this year, where last year at the end of August 2000, I wrote this wrong. Last year at the end of August 2018, we had seen 629 patients, and this year we are at 868 patient visits. So we are growing tremendously all the time. Our future services that we want to see for our clinic, we want to see free mental health services, educational groups for diabetes, and support groups for at-risk kids. So that's a little bit about us. Do you guys have any questions for me?
This is Ken Alexander. This is your 10th year.
This is our 10th year.
Might want to mention about you have a special event.
Yes, we have a fundraising event, a gala on November 2nd at Chatham Hills to celebrate our 10th year, and obviously to fundraise as well. That's one of the things that we are, always in need of are volunteers, and in particular, and interpreters, Spanish, Arabic, whatever language that we have growing. All our personnel are volunteers. So we have doctors, dentists, nurses, nurse practitioners, dental hygienists, everything are all volunteers. Our medical director, our dental director are volunteer as well. Only paid individuals that we have working for us, there's only 4 of us, myself and 3 part-time office staff that we have as well. But we're looking for, we're always in need of more volunteers and funding to keep our growing population.
So right now, you're open 2 Saturdays a month and on Wednesday evenings, is that correct?
That's for our medical. That's medical, plus we do follow-up visits on one Tuesday morning a month, and I can't remember which Tuesday it is. We also do our dental clinic, 1 Thursday evening a month and 1 Saturday evening a month.
And right now, what is your main source of funding?
It's donors, sponsors is probably our main source. We also have some.
Do you have government entities that donate to you?
The health department, the Hamilton County Health Department, we have a grant through them as well.
Good.
Oh, yes, sorry, townships as well. Washington Township, and you have to forgive me, a month in. It's one of the Noblesville, I think is there a Noblesville Township? I think it's
Not Clay Township?
not Clay.
Okay, Noblesville Township.
Yes, I believe Clay has a different structure as how the township does things.
They give to Trinity. I just didn't know if they also gave to you.
They do, but I think you have to apply for a grant, is what my understanding is.
Okay.
And that hasn't been done in the past, but I plan to change
Anybody
it.
got any more questions?
What's your annual budget roughly?
This year, it's around 170,000.
Okay.
We do a lot of work on a very, very small budget.
Thanks for what you do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mr. President, I would like to suggest that we start to find out how much county money is going to grants and things like that, in addition to what we already give through council, because I mean, that's, I wasn't aware that was coming from the health department. We need to figure out exactly, what entities like that are being funded through county government outside of what we vote for in budget hearings.
Well, I think we might have an opportunity to do that this evening. Okay? All right, moving on. Resolution CC 10-02-19-1, resolution concerning purchase of right-of-way for small structure 21037. This is a resolution by right-of-way.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Resolution CC 10-02-19-02, resolution concerning person of real estate for 146th Street West project.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
And I was just going to explain something.
Go ahead.
On that. What these resolutions are for is when it's anticipated land's going to be in excess of $25,000, so we need to approve it. There is not a dollar amount yet for this, so this is near ditch and 146 to connect that frontage road that has been built, kind of dead ends before the CVS. So that's the explanation for that.
Okay, thanks, Rick. Our next item is Fund 8130. Oh, I'm sorry, we haven't voted on the 146th Street. We have a motion and a second, don't we?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 146th Street West project is approved. Fund 8130, 93.074 Public Health Emergency Preparedness Grant reduction, $411, and a transfer of $3,989.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This goes through your department, doesn't it, Barry? Why don't you come on up here and have a word with Mr. Glenn? That particular reduction and transfer passes. Can you give us just a quick idea of how much grants you're doing for different health clinics?
And some of it, if it's coming from like the smoking.
Yeah, well, and that's a couple grants we get. One is the Master Tobacco Settlement money. It's comes out of the trust fund from the lawsuit a number of years ago. We get a distribution out of that trust fund from the State Department of Health of about $98,000. We keep about $10,000 for staff education, and the $88,000 that's left, we divide between the 3 free clinics. Trinity.
Just divided equally?
Divided equally. Our board kind of felt a little difficult to try and one's better than the other. So some clinics like Heart and Soul and Hope, it's more of a significant part of their budget than it is Trinity. Trinity's a much larger, but we divide it down the middle. So that money is from the tobacco settlement, and that's the only money that we give out like that. We have other tobacco monies from cigarette tax. It's a local health maintenance money. That funds a staff person. We've had that for 33 or 34 years.
Is there any, if it's flu vaccines or any type of medicine that you give discounted or let other groups buy through you? Or
No, not in that sense. So how we fund them, they have to have a tobacco component to their operation. So so if they do tobacco counseling, if they do referrals to the Quit Now program, and if they have that component, then we pretty much let them decide on how they spend that money.
Okay.
But we don't directly do purchasing of equipment or supplies or vaccines. And particularly if you get into vaccines and medicine, and you get chain of custody issues that we just don't.
Okay.
That answer,
Yeah.
just off the top of the head.
Yeah, that's
So it's like
honestly, yeah, that-
29,000 a piece and change. We give that in 2 distributions, usually like a first quarter and a third quarter distribution. And they provide annual reports to us if you'd like to see those.
No, we get the reports because they're coming to us for at that time too. But I mean, is there anybody else coming to you? I mean, that sounds like a pretty easy way to do it by 3. That makes perfect sense to me. Is there other people coming to you for any type of money?
No, and we used to fund the Riverview Community Clinic until they kind of change their direction on how we don't have a Riverview Community Clinic anymore. But at that point, we were dividing it by 4. So I suppose if another clinic would step up and start having a substantial clinic presence, then we would consider that. But right now, we have 3.
Thank you, Barry.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Okay, the next thing on our agenda is Fund 9110, 19/20, Veterans Court Grant Appropriation of $49,332.
So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Next is the Hamilton County Plan Commission requesting approval of comprehensive plan update funding of $150,000. And it says in November. What does in November mean, Dawn?
They didn't meet the advertising deadline for that
Okay,
requesting.
so they won't get the money until November?
They'll come back.
Okay, that works out great. Okay, that's fine. Do you want us to approve it now?
Well, this resolution, though, it's,
Are you making a resolution, Fred?
It's not binding.
hasn't been second.
I'm looking for a resolution.
I'll make the motion for resolution.
Okay,
Second.
Second. for
okay, so
discussion.
we're resolving to give them the appropriation in November.
Appropriate, so it's not additional money now, but it will be in
In
November.
November,
And is everybody comfortable with what this is? It's a
Well,
short paragraph.
I had a little, I was thinking about asking for a tabling, because I had a couple of citizens forward to me concerns they were having about this comprehensive update, and I'd passed that along to the president of the Plan Commission. I have not heard back from him yet, so I thought I'd make a couple more phone calls trying to figure out what's up, or
Can
if
you
there's
send me
not-
that email, those emails
Yeah,
from those citizens
right.
too, please?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can.
'Cause I mean,
But
I-
anyway, since it's not gonna go through November, that gives me another month to make a few calls and have a comfort
And I
level.
seconded it just to have a discussion.
That's what I get that too, but this one paragraph isn't telling me much, so I'd like to know a little more.
Okay, good enough. Moving on.
Do you want to vote on that?
Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't. We need to vote on the resolution.
Or who,
It's moved and seconded already, so.
Yeah, it's moved and seconded. All in favor of a resolution?
Aye.
Opposed? It's resolved. The next one is Fund 8221, reimbursement grant for $153,000. What is that acronym, Rick?
Well,
Is that highway?
The motion, yeah.
Motion to approve. Motion to approve and second for,
I made the motion. Do we need a
second for discussion.
And what this is the money coming back from federal highway reimbursement for right of way on 236.
So it's coming back to us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Fund 9131, Supreme Court pretrial supervision grant transfer.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Fund 9135, court recidivism reduction grant transfer, $3,678.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Now, we will open a public hearing concerning additional appropriations. Fund 1,000 requesting $200,000. Amount available is $22 million. So, item number 1, I'll go down and read them all off. Let's just do this as one unless somebody has an objection. They're end of the year movements.
Okay.
Assessor for $237, auditor for $1, commissioner for $1,327, coroner for $1, court administration $1, prosecutor $36,100, sheriff $227,299, surveyor $2, health department $1, parks $3, and E911 $11,025.
I'll make a motion, but
Okay,
Seconded, yeah.
motion second. Go ahead, Rick.
if we're requesting 200,000,
why is there more?
then Sheriff get 227,000.
That, is that,
So the 200,000 is
So mine shouldn't be any new money. It's just transfers between funds.
all of those are all.
Yeah.
So the requesting of 200,000 is the airport. Gotcha,
It's a-
okay,
They're all transfers.
okay.
Anybody else have questions?
sorry, that makes sense, thank you.
Okay?
This is
Yep.
all the way to E.
Yes, it is. Well, E911. No.
It's
it's-
just one,
it's-
just
it's
one.
just number
all in
one.
Category number 1,
Okay.
Yep.
Through 6.
right to there.
Okay,
No.
okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Everybody?
Just number one.
Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Those transfers pass. The airport additional, we made a resolution last month to transfer, do an additional appropriation from county general to the airport board. They're gonna add 50 with that for the proposed new hangars. Mike Howard gave me the memorandum of understanding that he worked out with the guy that's building them. I've got it in my possession. I'll make a motion that we approve this additional appropriation. Questions?
Just quick, it says 12 hangars large enough for jets to be built within 24 months.
Yes.
12 hangars.
Seems like great business, doesn't it?
Yeah, for that money.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Buildings and grounds transfers.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Energy management transfers. I didn't know we had an energy management.
Emergency.
Emergency management. Well, see, I didn't read it right. Emergency management transfer, there's 2 of them.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Plan commission transfer.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Sheriff has a 2019 144 amendment, 2020 144 amendment, and a transfer of $5,000.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Opposed? Oh, you're abstaining?
Abstaining.
Okay, that passes anyway. Now, the way I understand this, here's the Hamilton County Airport Authority Capital Fund, and we need a motion for that 200,000 to go from general fund and land in this fund. Isn't that right, Don?
Yes.
So this is where that 200,000 is gonna land.
So moved.
Brad, just real quick, you just give
Yes.
Seconded for
give a
discussion.
breakdown, how you gonna, thank you, how you gonna take $200,000 for that many hangars? I mean, just explain the project real quick.
Yeah, what we're doing, a guy wants to build these 12 hangars, and he's gonna do it with his money. He's building them on the airport's ground, and our 200 plus the airport's 50 is to put in sewer, water, and electric. Supply the infrastructure to these buildings
Okay.
that he's promised to build.
Yeah, it didn't say that.
That's what our money's gonna do, is
Okay.
put sewer, water, and electric on our land so he can build these hangars.
Okay,
Okay?
yep.
All in favor of the Airport Capital Fund? This is not money coming out, this is money going in. We got a motion, a second already? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Capital Fund 1138, 2 transfers, cum cap transfers.
So
Motion.
moved.
Is that a motion?
Yeah.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Fund 1140, cum courthouse transfer.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Fund 1152, LEPC transfer.
So moved.
Second.
And that is the local emergency planning.
They need a transfer. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Park Fund 1219, they need a 2019 144 amendment, a 2020 144 amendment, and a transfer of $3,573.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Fund 1222, statewide E911, 2000 144 amendment, and 2020 144 amendment.
So moved.
So, seconded.
Okay, on this one, we've got a motion and a second. Is this one have to do, these are 144 amendments, this to have to do with the adding of the, or replacing the one person? And are you planning on offering the new hire more than the person's making? Well, then I'm gonna vote no on this one. I don't think that I'll be offering the new hire more money than the old hire, and we give them that leeway before they even interview anybody.
Was this approved? Was this one of the ones hired above the minimum?
Yep,
Advertise for it.
that was on the poll, remember that?
Yeah, no. It's to advertise above.
So make sure I've got this right. You got somebody leaving, you're gonna have to hire somebody, and
Yes.
you want authorization from us to pay more than the person who's leaving.
Give us the option.
Yeah, I know it's an option, that's what you're asking for.
Because the reason why we lost our previous GIS person was due to money. They beat us. So what we found out as we started doing our exploratory reaching out to GIS people, we're finding that what our previous GIS administrator made wasn't competitive with what we're probably trying to bring in. Because we want to bring in somebody that's qualified into that position, because we really don't have the ability to teach them the ins and outs of the public safety side of the GIS programs.
Jeff, you're anticipating possibly paying them 10% more.
I hope we don't have to go that high.
But that's, you're asking for
Yes,
that latitude.
yes. Just because you approve it
Talking
doesn't
about
mean I'm
the
going to
one-
give it to them, so.
He has another one here too.
So that's the only one you were asking to pay more for?
Correct. The other one is just moving funds over to salaries.
And you actually, so you're actually saying you lost them specifically because of the salary issue?
Yes, yes.
And see, we sit there and approve, we got, Mertens comes down with that department, we approve above the minimum every single time, and this is a concrete example of losing somebody. At least he brought us that, which we don't always get, and we approve every single time they come, I want to hire above the minimum, we say yes. That's the first time I've ever seen any evidence of why they need to hire above the minimum.
They have been approaching him for quite some time. And what had held him, even with the raise, was the fact they were going to require him to relocate to Michigan. And this time around, they said, you don't have to relocate, you can stay where you live in Hamilton County, and, we're going to give you X amount of dollars. And he said, he's a single dad, or single parent with kids, and he said it was just really hard to pass that up.
Yeah, okay.
I'd make a motion to approve.
Seconded? Yeah.
I don't think we had we?
Yeah, you have one.
Yeah, we
I
have
apologize.
motion and a second, so let's go voice. Jeff?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
I'm no. Rick?
Yes.
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 There you go, passes. Oh, by the way, if you plan on building any buildings, you might want to let us know, okay?
Okay. That's our plan. But it's very preliminary at this point in time.
Okay.
Reading in the paper.
Yeah,
was
but we
kind of
don't want to
unsettling.
read it in the paper. Got it?
We'll do that.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Okay, that passes. Fund 1229.
It's in the packet, but it wasn't on the agenda.
$3,000. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Can we move forward now?
Sorry.
Okay, 1229, local option income tax special distribution requesting, what is it? $1,487,209. Mr. McKinney.
So moved.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna leave $209 in the account. What is that for?
This is for the construction match for the 236th Street rehabilitation. Timing issues, so a lot of the money that we had appropriated last year rolled back. There's been a little more expense. So this is 80% reimbursable with federal funds.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. There goes $1,487,000. Fund $2,500.2505 user fee deferral transfer.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Fund 4907, Highway Special Transfer, two 144 amendments, one for 2019, one for 2020.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There you go. That passes. Fund at 9106, Community Corrections Grant Fund, a 2019 144 amendment.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
You abstain, okay. It's one abstention. It still passes. Fund 9142, 2020 Community Corrections Grant Fund 144 amendment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You want to abstain
Abstain.
from that one? Okay, it still passes. We're at the end of that, so we're going to close the public hearing on additional appropriations. Yeah, go ahead.
On the deferral funds, I was gonna ask Lee, this is one of your areas, right, Lee? Is it Karen, Peter, Pearson? Yeah. Okay. 45 set stand workstations. Is that transitioning from like a cubicle top to, you can come up. I'm just thinking, is this ergonomic or what exactly?
Yeah, I don't know. You've probably seen them in other parts of the building. Many of the court staff have them. People in ISS department have them. They're the desks that enable you to work in a stand-up position. Now that we're very heavily computer monitor based, since we're electronic filing and our files are maintained in an electronic case management system, there's not all the standing up and going to hunt for files and things that used to get us up and walking around. So for about 3 or 4 years, I've been being pressed by my staff pretty hard to get these stand-up desks, and finally, after seeing them in other parts of the building, I acquiesced, and we're going to try.
Well, just, I looked at it maybe, or we voted too quickly. I just want to ask a question, because has anybody thought of adding the treadmill component?
I've had that thought about getting a treadmill desk or two, but I don't think I want to invest in 45 treadmill desks.
Well, no, I mean, just like a few, because my son works at a company that has these stand-up as well, and they have some that have treadmills. And he'll call me, and I'm like, what is all that noise? I said, aren't you working? Yeah, I'm working, but I'm on a treadmill desk. So I just didn't know if you had gone that far. But
I have not gone that far yet. We have a conference room that I've contemplated at some point in time, maybe trying to convert and have a couple in there, but that's...
Okay, all right. Thank you. I
far
was
off.
just curious. So.
Anything else?
Give it
Anybody
away,
else?
Rick.
Okay.
Voted for it too.
Give away, Rick. There you go.
Give it
Thanks,
away.
Fred. Yeah.
Give it away, Rick.
Just to let you know,
You sure that's all you
that is
need?
not, that is not from, that money's not from the county general.
Right.
That's
deferral. It's user fees. For
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Before you start to buy those treadmills, you might talk to Mr. Wood about enough outlets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we generate anything through our,
So
I'll talk to Steve about that, see how.
that'd be interesting. You're gonna force all county employees to generate electricity for
yeah, that's
county
right.
government.
And we can run it through our energy management department.
Well, there's a Netflix show out
Okay.
that talked about this.
All right, we've closed the public hearing on additional appropriations. We're looking down to announcements. Sheriff, do you have any announcements for us?
I have none.
Okay. Oh, yes, sir.
Say real quick to you, now that the season's over after last week, and how'd the, I'll call it Deer Creek, but Ruhoff, how'd that season go for you
Yeah,
guys?
it went great. Yeah, the arrest numbers were down for the season, but overall traffic numbers, they take surveys, and they were up by 30-40%, I think, in most cases for most of the shows. So
I know you guys
getting
use-
people out of the venue is
Yep.
a lot quicker this year.
I know you guys use that Republic Land with their gate to get through. Did that work out better this year?
Yep, it
How's
did.
traffic flow as far as people getting out? Anything new this year versus
Yeah,
last year?
that's where the significant improvements were,
Okay.
and yeah, that's the customer satisfaction surveys. That's typically one of the numbers that they look at pretty heavily is getting people out of the venue, and the ratings were much higher this year.
Okay,
So,
good.
Yep.
Anybody else got anything for the sheriff? Council Attorney, I am in possession of the, all the interlocals for the YAP. Do you have anything else that you?
I've got the originals, I'll give those to you. It's not, we're done.
Okay. Anybody have anything for the county, the council attorney? Okay. Madam Auditor.
Yes. State Board of Accounts has an administrative rule to where the county council has to approve encumbrances. So Dawn has got the encumbrance letter, we've got it out, tonight actually, so that departments can start thinking along those lines. But we need to have a special meeting regarding that, either December 30th or 31st. And so we would need a quorum available to approve those encumbrances.
I vote to not have it on New Year's Eve, but
In
30th.
the morning, it wouldn't be at night.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you.
Fred likes to start drinking early.
I'm available on the 30th or
Okay.
31st.
Is morning or evening better for everybody?
I mean, I would.
Okay, so we'll go at the 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning?
Thank you.
And this isn't, like Dawn said, this is not something she made up.
If it's a
State has
BOA.
decided we need to have a meeting over these, part of our job. Everybody got it? You're gonna send some kind of memo reminding us, won't you?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay. Counselors, does anybody have any miscellaneous or anything else they want to,
I had a couple items.
Okay, Rick.
I think I saw Brenda passing out this beautiful glossy book earlier. And thank you, Brenda. I had asked her, we had a meeting on destination development grants, and this was shown to us, and I thought it'd be a great piece for everybody to see on some of the what ifs or envisioning for the 4-H grounds. So this is, what do you call it, the blue sky thinking. I was also going to share that I met with Steve Wood regarding our possible redesign of our office space, and he's going to come up with a different revised plan, and then we'll share it with everybody before we give the green light on that. And also Commissioner Harebrant had called me, and he's very accommodating and wanting to make sure that we're satisfied and on board. So I appreciate that. And last but not least, after we had our last meeting and we had a presentation or maybe an introduction of a possible drug recovery center, I talked to Barb Scott of Aspire, and she is going to meet with the commissioners, I think November 4th, and then see where we go from there, because Aspire is considering entering that business as well. And they're the current designated mental health provider, so
There you go. Anybody else?
With the Aspires, are they going to locate in Hamilton? Is there a desire to locate in Hamilton County as well?
I think, I won't speak for her, but I know they have property in different counties, and this facility could be in Hamilton County, it could be somewhere else.
Did she say if she had this facility in Hamilton County, where they would want their funding to come from?
I will say I have had a conversation with her also in the last week or so. She informed me that she's making a presentation to the commissioners in November. I said, that's great. The same presentation you give the commissioners, come and give it to the county council so that we're sure we heard the words from your mouth at both bodies, so we're not counting on one to pass it on to the other. She said she would, so I would say sometime in November we'll hear something from her.
I attended the Community Corrections meeting last month, and she made a presentation there, and I strongly recommended that she contact the commissioners. She had been speaking with commissioners and Dan Stevens, and I recommended that she did meet personally with each and then come in front of them, in front of the meeting. So,
Your advice.
well, I strongly suggested that.
Anybody else? So, the commissioners have set up an executive session. What is that date, Don? October 8th. 4:15. So, anybody can make it. I mean, they contacted me to try to set up some kind of convenient time, and I tried to put it in front of one of our meetings. That didn't work. It deteriorated into, they just set a time and make it if you can.
And can you reiterate that again? Reiterate the time and date? At 4:15 PM in the back here.
I believe they already sent out a meeting invite for it.
That should be on your calendar.
Yeah, he did. I
Mr.
just wanted
Jeter.
to make sure.
Actually,
Everybody
Try
else.
to attend if you can. Okay. Anybody else got anything for the good of the county council?
One thing I think we have here, everybody, Steve gave us also some great information on the savings on our solar project and all the different components. Some of it's natural gas, some of it's the LED lighting. So once again, kudos, compliments to Steve for both his documentation and pursuing the project.
Backside of that, there's the conversation I started with you. They were looking at a 19% increase for electrical services. So I've been in conversation with them. I gave you a copy of that. For us, it would be a 17% increase on our usage. I've asked them to do an analysis of what that breakdown would be, but I did it for every building in the county, not only what we're responsible for, including stoplights and anything that the county is responsible for electrical costs. And they would break that down per location, per item, and hopefully get that to us. I have
You said
also,
it estimated 200,000 a year though, right?
yes, that's where I believe we'll be at. But it depends on, so the way it works is there's different levels of electric, and then there's the riders on the side. It depends on how they're going to do this 17%, whether it's for everything, including the riders, is it just the electrical usage? They have not made us privy to that. I have sent a letter to the IURC to request the date and time when that meeting will be, for I can speak at that meeting.
Yeah, I would like to, if I could schedule to be there.
I will let you know
When
as
you
soon as they
testify.
respond back to me with the date and time for that meeting.
Okay, that'd be great.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, right before we, anybody else got anything? Right before we adjourn, we need to make a correction to the generalized summary from September 16th, the 2020 budget adoption, the very first paragraph. You got that? Okay. So that correction's been made. Anybody else got anything? We're adjourned.